As Mali reported its first case of Ebola, countries all over the world continued to take precautions to protect their citizens from an epidemic that has so far claimed almost 5,000 lives. This comes as Kenya prepares to send a team of medics to the most affected countries to bolster the efforts of health workers. KTN's Wilkiston Yabwa has more.
On Thursday, an American who had just returned from Guinea reported that he was suffering symptoms similar to those of Ebola. A test confirmed his worst fears. New York City had just registered its first case of Ebola. 33-year-old Craig Spencer, who worked with Doctors Without Borders, developed symptoms a week after his return. Before that, he was out and about, riding the subway and bowling.
We want to state at the outset, there is no reason for New Yorkers to be alarmed.
He did not have a stage of disease that creates a risk of contagiousness on the subway.
He is now in isolation and New York City is on alert. The Ebola virus has so far claimed over 4,000 lives and more continue to get infected. In Mali, dozens are being monitored after the country reported its first case of Ebola. The patient is a 2-year-old girl who arrived from Guinea, a country which has been hard hit by the virus. However, the Malian Health Ministry says the little girl's condition is now improving. Kenya, which has not registered any case of Ebola, is making its contribution to the fight against the virus. Under an agreement by the East African Community member states, Kenya is set to send a team of 15 doctors and 300 medical practitioners to the 3 countries most affected by Ebola. It is an undertaking that is fraught with risks.
It feels very painful to think that you have abandoned your neighbor and somebody else from Africa because they have this problem. So any initiative that can help us to put this thing under control is very good. And the second thing, as I said, we're now going to get valuable experience from the source.
China's approach is, however, different. Factory workers in the Chinese city of Anqiu are racing to produce protective suits for healthcare workers dealing with the Ebola outbreak. China has dispatched several plane loads of medical material and aid teams to the 3 worst affected countries, and at least one Chinese pharmaceutical company is working on a vaccine. The World Health Organization has announced that hundreds of thousands of vaccine doses should be available in the first half of 2015. 5 more vaccines will be in the clinical trial stage in January. Countries are now working to minimize the new infections. Wilkiston Yabwa, KTN.